Hello and good morning. It's morning and we spent the night away. hmm Passion. And now we can turn back the hands of time. Okay, anyway, let me stop. So, of course, I'm stopping by here because like I said, I've gotten so many. Let me pull up my other window. I want to pull up another window as well because I've gotten so many emails about this, and I think it's good to kill two birds with one stone. Okay. Oh, girl, I think it's good to kill two birds with one stone. So we're gonna jump straight into it. Okay, straight into it. Now, of course, we're talking about the spring equinox. Okay, but I'm also going to include something else because, of course, I got questions about the spring event and also the Kappa Omega Nu. Yes, honey. Yes. Okay, so this Kappa Omega Nu, okay, we can start off with this right here. So, of course, I've gotten so many emails about a coven. Okay. So many people, you do a coven, I want to be a part of that coven. I want to be a part of that coven. And, you know, the longer I stayed on YouTube, the more people would send links about other people. And I don't like to copy people. I like to be original. And my only issue with the covens that you see on the internet, especially the internet, is it's commercialized spirituality, and nothing bothers me more because I mean I feel like when it comes down to Christianity, you know, Buddhism, when it comes down to those love and light type of stuff, or not love and light, but those type of things that make it seem like it's all good, it's okay to have that type of commercialized thing, you know, like prosperity Sundays and that type of shit. But when it comes down to ancient art, um, when it comes down to doing you know, magic or anything that's been practiced for thousands of years, because Christianity have not been around for thousands of years, and if it has been around, it's been around for less than, let's say, 3,000 years, but we're talking about deeper than that. If they have said that human civilization have been here for well over 250,000 years, I want you to look this up. Everything I say is always, when it comes down to human history, that you can do your research on it. Okay. If the oldest gene found here can be traced back to 250,000 years ago, right? Going into the Eve MT, right? The MT Eve DNA, right? The mitochondria, Eve mitochondria. But that can go back 250,000 years ago. Then that tells you that there was religions or practices here way before Christianity and Buddhism, all that stuff came about. So not to go into that, because we have a class that goes over history of magic and all that good stuff. But not to go into that, but just to just say that when it comes down to something that's been practiced for thousands of years, that's beyond your comprehension, because you, having the mind that you have now, have only been here for 50 years, 20 years, 19 years, 32 years, 47 years. So you cannot comprehend that. That'll be you, or this life that you've had this far, times 10, or times 10,000, or times 1,000. Like, imagine that. Like, oh my God. Even going into, like I said, I won't even get into that. It's just, it's a long time. It's a very long time, depending on how old you are. When I said 48,000, 28,000, all that good stuff, huh? But anyway, knowing something like that, It takes time to grasp the real concepts of those practices. And I always tell y'all this: what I do is not new age. If you were to actually have a moment to sit down with me, okay, one on one, and there's been a few of you that have the opportunity. I've met one person who I'm no longer associated with from here. We did some stuff together, some real crazy stuff together. And the person that we met, Lachey and I, in Vegas, and we did some light stuff to those who joined the Equinox. What was that, 2 or 3 years ago? But in person, okay, to where I trust you, you trust me type of scenario. The stuff that I do, it's nothing about it is new. So when I see these people that are claiming to be lineage and heritage witches, it's like, well, what are you bringing to the table? Because YouTube is a table, and everyone here collectively is bringing something to the table, and it should be to offer something new. But instead, it's to regurgitate and reiterate what you already heard someone else say. And that's my big issue with the spiritual community on here, is that there's so many forms of magic. I can think off the top of my head right now at least 300 different ways or 300 different paths of magic. Okay. And we can even talk about the 7 different titles of spiritualists, right? The 7 different titles of spiritualists, and how if you were to break it down, that every religion in this world, which there's hundreds of them, if not thousands of them, could be categorized or subcategorized under these 7 paths of magic, right? That a lot of people know about, spiritual titles or spiritual, we'll say spiritual paths. So going into that, how is that everybody have the same exact input? And that's what boggles my mind. Me being someone who's spiritually experienced, me being someone who's known um, about spiritual practices and spiritual people for a very long time. I've met different people from different walks of life. So it just doesn't make no sense to me that people on the internet could all be from different parts of the world, different ethical backgrounds, or different ethnical backgrounds. Whether they're all black, you have black people from motherfucking the South, the Midwest, the East Coast, the West Coast. And I doubt y'all have the same lineage line. Even if you guys are all so-called black, your slaves or your ancestors were not on the same motherfucking plantation. I can guarantee that. So you are different people bringing in different cultures, but yeah, y'all have the exact same shit to say. So getting into that, when people would hit me up and say, Coven, you should start a Coven. You start a Coven, I'll sign up, I'll sign up. People asked about even apprenticeship. Going into the goddess intervention, a lot of people ask about what the goddess intervention is, and we talk about that. Or it's basically, we're having a physical approach, a spiritual approach, and a mental approach when it comes down to balancing out the energy, and unresolved energy, stagnant energy, obstacles, anything that is creating blockages from you connecting your left and your right brain. That's basically what that goes into. And of course, we go into different levels of that. But a lot of people have asked about that. And like I said, for the past month, I've been thinking about something that is more deeper than a coven, or the coven that you're used to seeing on YouTube and Google and Facebook. So what I'm about to say right now is going to be some very serious stuff. And I just want you to understand that I've always had this type of stance when it came to being involved with people, especially magically, because doing magic with people is very similar to letting someone wear your panties or letting them see you, no makeup, no clothes on, just everything, just there, smelling your body odor, all the good stuff. So magic to me is very personal, very personal. And even when I do work for people, there's so many stages of magic that I do that I don't show all my stages, even if it is me doing work for a client, because like I said, it's personal. And I feel like in the rawness of what I'm presenting to you, you can see my all. You can see everything I'm putting in there. And maybe that's just a insecurity with myself. So that's why, like I said, when it comes to magical stuff, I don't like showing my stuff. And of course, going into what I was taught, one of the golden rules of magic is to be silent. You don't move and let your enemies or people who could be your enemy, they call it, keeping your friends closer, your enemies closer. knowing your moves, because then they can get your ass. And even going into self-defense. When I learned how to teach to protect myself, you have a higher chance of being attacked by someone you know versus a complete stranger. Because a stranger doesn't know your ticks and what you're capable of doing, but a person know what you're afraid of. They know, well, she's afraid to go out at 11 o'clock at night. Someone like she's gonna be at home. And if you approach her with a red suit on, she's afraid of the red suit. So she's going to take off running when somebody could be there and you can get her. So, like I said, that's just how it is. People, anyway, I won't go into that. But I want to be really, really private about the work that I do. Me going into establishing a coven, like I said, it's going to be more of a secret society. And even going into those who join this, and I'm going to break down what these levels are, but even those who are going to be joining this, when we do actually make the page, okay, and of course you will get a private information about that because people who join this will get a packet mailed to them in the mail. You will get a link to all the things that we're on. And like I said, I do not want your face in there. I don't want a picture of you. I want it to be all discreet. And of course, I'm doing this as well because I have clients that are, like I said, pastors, ministers. I have lawyers. I have Congress people. I even have, we'll just keep it that way. Yeah, because then, I may blurt something out down the line and y'all might try to put two and two together. And the motherfuckers be like, that's why I want to fuck with you because you don't say it directly, but you subliminally say it and I can't risk it. So, like I said, it's going to be a very secretive thing. So those who join this coven slash collective group of people just becoming one, there's levels to this. And of course, I'm incorporating this with the spring equinox. The spring equinox is going to give you opportunity for me to get to know you personally, for me to give you a reading, honey, to know exactly where you're coming from energetically. Because of course, the packet that I send you, we're going to break down exactly how we're going to go about this. Because of course, you can send me your picture, you can say your birthday, you can say your name, but it goes deeper than that. It goes way deeper than that. And of course, I got to have something on your ass just in case you try to take what we talk about and what we teach and teach it to other motherfuckers. So I need something more serious than a picture and a birthday and all the other good stuff. Bitch, I need your skin cells. Okay, I need a sample of your urine. How you doing? Now the urine part, I'm just playing with that. But anyway, so I'm incorporating this with, like I said, the spring equinox. And of course, during spring equinox, we celebrate the rising of the sun, the fulfillment of your ancestors, honey. How you doing? And of course, as I said, I'm looking for 13 goal-oriented individuals to build a group slash coven that together will inspire, not will. Oh, maybe it is well. Will inspire, create, and build new lives. Anyone who is looking to manifest wealth, love, happiness, and maintain it. I'm about maintaining and retaining. I'm not about getting something and you forget. I'm not about getting something and you lose and you got to worry about, oh God, what happened to that? No, what you get, you should be able to keep it. Okay. All initiates will receive a special packet in the mail containing very important information, as I mentioned before. If one, and of course, I'm not going to say what's in that packet here publicly because, of course, people like to bite and also people like to do a little TT. And like I said, I really want to move secretly with this. Okay. If one-on-one readings building a sister and brother bond sounds like initiates will be okay. I'm gonna have to do this because I think I was falling asleep while I was typing this. Honestly, I really was. I probably was. Because I was coming in and out. I was so tired last night. So anyway, if one-on-one session readings, building a sister brotherhood sounds good to you, you'll be able to join our private hangouts, whether it is going to be in person or via Google Hangouts. Okay, how you doing? Invitation to events, yes, honey. Exclusive only members, honey. We're going to be having gatherings. I don't get on cruises or none of that. So, bitch, we'll be flying there. Or those who want to get on a fucking cruise, you get on that stanky ass cruise. Why hit that motherfucking plane? How you doing? We don't do boats. Okay, we don't do boats, honey. Okay, anyway, I won't even go into that. But anyway, but yes, there will be events. As I mentioned a week ago, we'll be doing events. We'll be meeting up with each other because people always ask about meeting up. Oh, I want to meet up with you. I would love to do this with you. Blah, blah. I'm just not going to let just in and everyone come over and do that. Honey, you got to be definitely a part of that family to get that opportunity on the free. We'll put quote unquote on the free. Okay. So, of course, learning powerful rituals. And of course, like I said, joining by March the 12th, you'll be a part of the equinox ritual, which will take place March the 20th. Those who sign up before March the 5th will get a special or will be a part of a special giveaway. And of course, I will say what that is after the 5th. Okay. Contact me if you want to join. I'll tell you what levels are. So, anyway, so I broke down the levels here. Now, for those who enter at level 1 and level 2, you will definitely have access to the information that I have here. But of course, in 3 months, more than likely there'll probably be maybe like one event within the next 3 months that you're more than welcome to come out to. But this is going to be, like I said, the combination of the equinox that I normally do and kind of like a one-on-one goddess intervention thing. So basically, you'll be able to join the equinox event, and for the next 3 months after the equinox event, you'll be able to have contact with me. I'll have contact with you. We'll go over any concerns you may have. If you're working on any type of spiritual stuff, I'll be there coaching you through, guiding you through, being that support. Okay. And we'll set that with level 1. So you will have access to things, but not to everything. Because like I said, that's basically getting you into the equinox event. Going into level 2, that's a little higher up. So you have more access to more information, more rituals, and even events. Because like I said, within that 6 months, there'll definitely be 1 or 2 events within the next 6 months that you'll definitely be able to come out to. And we're talking about in person. Okay. And of course, that'll be in your special package. We'll talk more about that in that special package information. But on level 3, those who are actually joining on level 3, you are actually going to be a part of you will have full access to the private stuff, full access, which means you will probably have a lot more information shared with you about things. And of course, we more than likely will meet more than once or twice in that time span. I'm sure a year. Because like I said, we're dealing with goal-oriented people that are trying to build and change their lives, who are serious about it, and you make those sacrifices. It's no different from people who can vouch for this, who've ever been through this, traveling out of state to go get something done that you wanted done. Let's talk about surgery. I've had surgery, so of course I can mention that for me. Me going to Florida, where I was initially going to have one of my procedures done at, honey, for those 30 days, honey, I sacrificed a lot to make sure I got on that motherfucking plane, okay, and got to motherfucking Florida. I made sure, bitch, I worked my ass off because I believe if there's a will, there's a way. And I also believe in that you have to fight for what you want, and it is what it is. So I did that. Same thing with everybody. Whatever it is that you want to do, you're going to do it regardless. If you make excuses for it, I can't, oh, I can't, I wish I could, but I got to blah, 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 then you just simply don't want to do it because you could work things out. You can make things happen. So like I said, even going into a year, 12 months, that's from March of this year to March of next year, you'll definitely have time to make it to at least one of the events. You have time to make it to at least, one in-person meeting. And even if you don't want to be a part of the in-person stuff, you will definitely still have access to certain things that other people will not have access to. So like I said, I don't want to make my stuff open. Like I said, even coming into people that are going to be a part of this, I would really love for people who are the ones who hit me up. I'm a doctor, I'm a nurse, I'm this, I'm that. I want to be kind of stealth with my practices. This is the opportunity for you. Like I said, going into level 1, for the spring equinox thing, your face will be shown on the camera. You've been in it for 3 months, you're not going to have access to that because, of course, you're only going to be in it for 3 months. And who's to say that you're going to come, you're going to learn things, some real deep, heavy shit, and go out there and try to share with the motherfucking world. A year in it, honey, I know you about that life. I know you about the life. 6 months in it, I know that you're working towards being about that life. But like I said, 3 months in it, it's kind of like, okay, you're gonna come in and try to see what you can learn, and then you may, you have a higher chance of going out to expose the information. And that's what we don't want. Okay. When I say we, I speak I speak about myself as if I'm speaking to myself when I'm talking to you guys, because we talk about that, how I'm a reflection of who you are, et cetera, et cetera. So that's why I would say we, because of course I am you and you are me. Can we talk about that? So of course, going into this group setting, we're definitely going to be one and the same. And there's a reason why, like I said, I'm going to call this group Kappa Omega Nu. And there's a reason why I say 13 individuals. There's a reason for that, because there's power in numbers. And like I said, I want everyone that's coming to this to bring something separate, something different. Even going into this, and I will give this out as a little secret. For those who are being a part of this, I'm going to pull your charts, not just your natal chart. There's 25 plus charts out there. Okay. I want to pull your charts, and I want to see exactly what state of mind you're in currently right now, because people don't know this. There are things out there that you can research on people to tell you exactly what mood people are going to be in on exactly what time, what day, based on their power number and their zodiac. I want to also go into the ancient Hindu system. And I also want to go into the ancient Egyptian system. Well, we could even take it back deeper. That we'll just say the ancient Babylonian system, which a lot of the spiritual stuff comes from, where I will tell you exactly what personality type you have, and I'll be able to see exactly what are going to be your weaknesses in this group and what are going to be your strengths in this group. And of course, because if you would have more weaknesses than you would strengths, we'll just work on turning those weaknesses into strengths versus saying, up, oh, that's going to be an issue. We got to let you go. But this is going to be something very, very changing. Uh, I'm not just saying this because I'm a part of it. I'm not, like I said, I see this. I've seen this for about a good year. I didn't want to put it into motion while I was still on YouTube like this. Because of course, like I said, I'm going a whole separate way. YouTube is a fun, nice, oh, we love it, ha ha ha. But outside of this, I still want to have connections with people. Um, and like I said, this is gonna push. This is the area I'm pushing into, in person and in person only. Because on the net, people can play like and act like they one thing, but they could be a whole nother way on the other side. And I caught that shit too. I caught that shit too. So like I said, it's been real. I loved it. I love connecting with people. But like I said, bitch, I need to see you for who you are. There's no more double talking. There's no double being, bitch. If I see you being shady one way or another, bitch, you gotta go. 2019, we're cutting that shit off. That's dead. You're not gonna hit me up, play like you're cool, then hit someone else up, trying to do this with my shit, and then try to, oh, well, I didn't know. Girl, bye. You know exactly what you were doing. And if you didn't know, your spirits did. And unfortunately, you are the weakest link because you have control over your spirits. You have spirits inside of you that are making you act petty when you don't want to act petty, and you have no control over that. You are a weak link, and you need somebody to strengthen that shit and get your ass right together. I'm gonna be the one too. I'm gonna be the one for that. But anyway, so yes, honey, this is the spring equinox, but also this opportunity for those who want to be a part of this group for you to be initiated. Yes, this be the opportunity for that. If you're not trying to be a part of a group like that, like I said, 3 month thing will be perfect for you because you'll be a part of the equinox event, and you'll be able to have a 3 month follow up. So you have questions, comments, concerns, send me that email. You definitely can email, call. You'll have a number to call me at. Yes, honey. I'll be able to see who the hell you are. I will see a video chat with you. Yeah, everybody got a phone. Yes, you got a phone. You could definitely get on that damn phone. Let me see you, honey. Slider. You get on Google Lives, Hangouts. We can do that too. Girl, bye. Ain't no more excuses. Okay. And that's all I'm gonna say publicly. And like I said, March the 12th is the deadline. So you have 8 days. And yes. Yes, honey. So anyway, That's it for that. And of course, like I said, when once you join, there'll be more information given out. Shout out to those who took the Art of Conjuring class. It was amazing. It was beautiful. And we still got some people that's, getting their stuff together. But there's a reason why I offer that. Like I said, everything that I do, it all adds into something. And if you have not taken advantage of the first step, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, the 10th, and 11th, and you want to jump into the 15th situation, then it's kind of like, well, that's kind of odd because you weren't trying to get in on then, you weren't trying to do it then. We don't deal with people that don't want to pull their own weight. I don't. When I say we, like some, I'm speaking about me, and you shouldn't either. You should not deal with people who don't want to carry their own weight. Anybody who wants to use and abuse your spiritual gifts, they gotta go. Anybody want to use and abuse you, regardless of who it is, what it is, they got to go. Life is about taking accountability and responsibility for yourself, and your network is your motherfucking net worth. So if you're wondering why your life is not turning out the way it should be, because the group that you're with or the people you hang around with is not thriving, they're not striving, they're not making it, they're not doing anything extraordinary. And this is why you're getting where you're getting. And like I said, I seen that a long time ago when it came to my personal life. I was not always the solo type of person. I used to love hanging out with people. I love people come over my house. I love going to people's house. I used to love, hanging out all night and playing video games and playing cards and dominoes and, just having fun. People just staying up all night talking, oh, yeah, oh, having fun. But I realize there's people that don't like to pull their own weight. They want to use you for what it is that you have, whether that is spiritually, physically, mentally, or emotionally, because some people have to feed off of that emotional energy. So they'll be around an emotional person. And I'm definitely an emotional person. When I'm mad, I'm mad. When I'm happy, I'm happy. When I want to fuck something up, I want to fuck something up. Whatever mood I'm in that 100%. There's no partial with me. So a lot of people who like emotional people to pull from will be around someone like that. So, like I said, learn how to cut people off for that, or only want to deal with you when they need something from you. And like I said, going into this group thing, that will definitely establish a support system. And you know that everybody that's in that support system is pulling their own weight, and they're really in it to be in it. And that if you're weak, they're going to help you to become stronger. So, like I said, this is deeper than just a online popularity contest. This is deeper than just connecting with people. This is like really, for some people, going to be life or death. This is going to be really linking up, strengthening oneself, and even connecting, because a lot of people are like, I don't have friends. There's people that don't understand spirituality. There's people that are around me that I can't really connect with on that type of level. This is your opportunity. This is your opportunity. The most that a plane ticket would cost in America at any given time for us to fly anywhere in America would be $500. Now, of course, some people say, "Well, no, I pay $800 to go from New York to California." It's because you probably booked your ticket 3 days before. Okay, the further in advance, the cheaper, and also there's certain days you get cheaper plane tickets too. If you don't know, but anyway, let me step off of that. Is That's meant for members only, and of course, even going into investments, honey, everything is going to be discussed. Love, relationships with yourself and others, because of course, if you do not have love for yourself, you cannot love anyone else. Okay, so building wealth, building love, building contentment and happiness within yourself is going to be the focus of this. And like I said, keeping it there. Debt problems, getting out of debt. Definitely conversation we can have. Well, I love myself, but I really don't like being by myself. We can talk about that too. There's no limits. Um, so yeah, going into the new moon, 7-day ritual, as I mentioned on the live earlier today. Yes, for 7 days, I'll be utilizing 1,008 prayers. Now, like I said before, your subconscious mind is asking questions. Why is it 1,008? Mystic, why is it not 108? Why is it not 19? Why is it not 1,022? As I said before, I practice ancient magic. My other YouTube channel is called Ancient Egyptian Magic. People thought that because I called it Ancient Egyptian Magic, that I was focused on ancient Egyptian magic, where in fact, ancient was all across the boards. If I'm gonna learn how to do Christian witchery, I'm gonna go to the ancients to do that shit. If I want to learn how to do to do um Buddhist it or Buddhism in any way, shape, or form, I want to go into the ancient practices of that because all religions started out dark. Trust when I tell you that. Every religion, including Christianity, have a very dark past. And that darkness is what created what you utilize today. So going into this, 1,008 prayers is a very ancient practice, and you don't literally pray 1,008 prayers. There's a certain process that take place in 1,008 prayer type of technique. And like I said, anybody knows about ancient, anything that deals with ancient magic that deals with the Quran, that's where I got that from. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We're talking about the energies that are in your body that I'm able to shift to you instantly. Even me sitting here talking to you, I'm able to shift energy to you with you being aware of it, with you not being aware of it. And of course, I'll send it out that you'll be aware of it because I just mentioned it. And you would say, oh, something is going on. But that's an ancient practice. And of course, as time went on, because TVs developed, phones developed, we have all this technology that are starting to create a distraction for us. Things have been cut off because we're learning to use the physical more than the spiritual. But back in the day where there was no TV, there was no any type of entertainment outside of you entertaining yourself, your mind was stronger. Your mind was much stronger. With your mind being strong, your spirit was stronger. So, like I said, accessing that, utilizing that is power. That is true power. I like raw energy. And this is a raw energy form. Of course, candles are going to be incorporated into it, but candles are not needed for this type of stuff because, of course, it's a lot of mental, okay, a lot of mental building up the intention. So, um, I'll be utilizing 1,008 prayer and fasting for road opener. And of course, this will be a cleanse to cleanse away negative energy, stagnant energy, unwanted energy around you in your life. It doesn't matter where it's at, where it's coming from. Of course, I can see where it's coming from and I'll know how to zap it out. Okay. And of course, you know where it's coming from. People like, I didn't know, Mystic. I don't know where it's coming from. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, bitch. That's when I told your ass, when I gave your ass that remedy, you did it and shit started happening. Okay. You do not have to do any work on your end, but if you want, I'll be sending you a simple non-candle burning remedy. Which, if you don't know, caseworkers send you work. If you don't know, caseworkers just don't do work for you. Caseworkers tell you what you need to do while they're doing the work, and when the work is done, what you should do while you're waiting for the work to come through. If you get work done from people and they're not telling you, you need to cleanse yourself with a rinse of alkanet, bay leaf, and lavender for 3 days after the sunset. Bitch, they're not doing work on you. And they're not doing work for you. Because anybody who does any type of real magic, especially when it comes to energy, because you got word magic, which means they're just speaking a good game to you. But when it comes to real energy work, real shit has to take place. And regardless of, well, you don't have to do nothing because I'm the spiritualist. You don't got to let me do what I do. Bullshit. Anybody who know magic know that. You're going to have instructions on doing something. If that means pissing in a bottle, throwing it in a river before 5 a.m. in the morning, bitch, you're going to have homework to do. And I said before, if you're not getting homework, the bitch ain't doing your work or the nigga ain't doing your work. If you don't want to do the work, then you're just lazy and that's why your shit is not happening. Okay. Sorry, but not sorry. So even going into the process when I do work for people, I'll tell people, give me a week or two. And sometimes people hit me up like 11 days later, or even like exactly on the second week, like, hey, I've heard back from you. And it's like, you don't really want your work done because you're focusing on hearing back from me versus on the work being done. And that's what you should be seeking. But like I said before, I pay attention. I can read between the lines. That's one of my gifts. You don't have to come out directly and say, hey, what's going on with this? I can see that's what you're asking, even though you're going to say, hey, I was just curious because when I peed, I felt a tingling sensation. Girl, you're trying to micromanage me. And we don't do that. So this is why I said, when I do the work, let me do what needs to be done. Because if you don't, then you're creating more of an issue. And now that just means more work that either I have to do or you got to do. And more than likely, it's going to be more work you're going to have to do. Because, of course, I just don't have the time and the energy to sit back, do redundant stuff, and keep going over the same stuff over and over and over and telling people what they should do, and they still ask what I should do. Blah, blah, blah. I don't have time for that. I get a lot of emails from a lot of people. I get people that really want to get work done, and that's what I want to focus on. If you're not about that life, honey, please stay out my damn inbox. Thank you. Anyway, so I'll be sending you a simple non-burning candle remedy. Like I said, that could be anything. Cleansing with a certain wash, whatever, dumping it out at a certain time, doing it on a certain day. Don't do this, stay away from this. Whatever spirit tells me to tell you, that's what I'm going to tell you. And I'm also wanting to offer this technique as well because a lot of people come to me to get work done, but they're not able to burn candles because, of course, the work that they're doing on the people, they live in the home. And also, the husband or the wife or the boyfriend or the girlfriend or the kids are curious and they say, well, you're doing some Satan, you're doing some satanic work. And it is it is what it is. People don't know, they don't know. But you have a right to practice what you want to practice in secrecy. And I support that. So like I said, there's ways around having to burn candles, but it takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot of intention. And I'm willing to share that with you, but of course, I'm be doing most of the work over here, and that's why I said I'm doing 100 or 1,008. And there's a reason why it's 1,008 too, if you want to know. Those who know what I know, you know exactly why it's 1,008. We'll keep it moving. This technique has been used for over 1,000 years, as I said before. In fact, the technique that I'm about to use is actually been used for more than 10,000 years. If you're interested in joining, send an email and I'll send you an invoice via PayPal or I'll send you an email to my Google Wallet. I've not done Cash App yet because I said before, my bank card is connected to my P.O. box and Cash App don't let you use P.O. boxes. They want to be nosy. Fuck that. You're getting a P.O. box. If you don't want a bitch, fuck you too. How the fuck do my credit cards let me put a P.O. box, but Cash App don't want a P.O. box? Who the fuck you think you are, nigga? Anyway, all you need to do is send in $88, your name, your birthday, and a picture. Yes, honey. This will not interfere with any work that you're currently doing on yourself or getting done. A lot of people ask that. I kid you not. And that is a good question because, of course, you don't want any type of interference on any work that you're doing. But because we're tapping into the root of a problem and or we're actually getting rid of something, this can actually assist. This can actually amplify any work you're doing yourself or getting work done for you. So this will not interfere. This is nothing to do with taking away or rearranging any type of energy. It's completely stopping something from interfering with anything you're trying to build on or build with. And that's what that is. So like I said, yes, honey, this will be good up until, doesn't say on here, but the new moon is Wednesday. So you're able to join us up until Tuesday at 11:50 p.m. Tuesday. Okay, so you have, depends on what time you see this, about a day and a half. Okay. And of course, like I said, going into the prayer properly, word magic. People have asked about this class, about how to pray. I said before, there's so many books out there. Shout out to those who know about these books about praying and oh my God, well, I've been using this and it's not working for me. Listen, there is power in the words that you use. And even getting into a rhythm with using the words creates energy and causes certain energy to function or to act differently. Okay, function, malfunction, doesn't matter. There's a positive and negative to all things, but it will cause things to stir up. So, going to the prayer techniques and how to pray correctly, whether you're talking about affirmations, because that's a form of prayer, whether you're talking about yantras, that's a form of prayer, mantras, that's a form of prayer, whether you're reading a poem to yourself, that's a form of prayer. When you sit down there and you tell your husband, you are just so handsome. I'm so glad I married you. That is prayer. When you write your wedding vows, that is prayer. You're petitioning some spirits. Hello. So, you look back at people's marriages and people's situations and you say, what energy was put into this? Were you aware of that energy? Not even just marriages, but friendships, friendships as well. What energy was brought in when you initially met? is the energy that's going to last you throughout the whole relationship. If something happens in between that relationship, whether it's friendship, intimate relationship, or business relationships, somebody's energy was not fully brought. It wasn't 100, 100. It was 50, 100, or it was 20, 100, maybe even 10, 100. But I doubt that because I don't deal with people that are coming that damn half ass. So it has to be at least 50. And that's the problem because I give my all. I give 100% in all things that I do. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't think like that because they were not taught that way. And as I said before, I was raised by Isis and Oshun. If anybody know about that, I was raised by Isis and Oshun. So I was taught to do what it is that you know how to do and do it well. I was also taught how to have love and compassion and understanding for other people because their story could be different from yours. So going into that, if I have to come into a situation half-ass, business wise, personal wise, friendship, it doesn't matter. I won't do it. This is why a lot of people say, well, you said you were going to do this and you didn't do it. Because I knew that I was not going to be the only one pulling that weight. And I knew that's what the situation was going to be. That's why it didn't happen. As I said before, I've planned trips with people. I was supposed to be doing meetups with people last year, the year before that, and it did not go through. And I know it's because I was 100% in it and they were not. And I'm tired of friendships like that. I'm tired of relationships like that. I'm tired of that. I have a best friend because we both give it our all. That's just how it is. We give it our all. We don't say, well, I'm only going to talk to her when I feel like it, when I need something, when I need. No, that's fake. And that's exactly why shit gets fucked up. So going back into the prayer class, everyone could benefit from this because it talks about giving it your all and actually using these words to build up. And I'm gonna go into a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna be presenting some slides to show how powerful the words you speak are, especially in your own home when you're dealing with in a private setting, how powerful it is, and how simply speaking words, how just by simply doing that, how powerful and life changing it would be. So, like I said, a lot of people out there talk about praying, and then I read this and I've done that and I've did this and I got a degree and all. That's fine, but you really haven't utilized what you have because you used it to get the physical shit right. You've used it to pay your due, to get respect, to get a title, but on the flip side, what has it done for you outside of that? And we're gonna leave it at that. Okay. So like I said, a lot of people have read books and then, oh God, oh when I read the Bible, I know Philippians 4, verse 3, and all sorts of stuff, honey. But do you really know what you're reading? Do you know how to become one with the words that you're speaking? Do you know how to store the words that you're speaking into your subconscious and your cellular memory? So that way these words are working even when you're not trying to make them work. Huh? Do you know how to instantly put yourself into a trance, light trance, medium trance? It doesn't matter. An altered state of consciousness if you needed something in an emergency state or bam, I need it now. Are you aware of that? Do you know how to do that? Huh? Is your brain programmed enough to do that? Hello? Hello? We use words in everything. And it's not just the words that our mouth is speaking. We also have a voice that is echoing in all levels, in all dimensions, in all settings. And I won't even go into that. Of course, like I said, we said that for the prayer class, so I almost went into breaking it down, but we won't get into that. We'll wait. Right. So anyway, for the prayer class, you also have until Tuesday. Everyone who joined this, I need you to email me and say, I can do this class anytime on a Tuesday, but blah, blah, blah. Like, let me know your schedule. And like I said, based off the ones who actually email me, we're going to plan the class that way. Okay. Like I said, this class will be live 1 to 2 hours plus a Q&A. If you do only send in half of the amount, then of course, it'll be a 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So of course you will get a separate recording of what's being presented to people. So people who's getting it live, you're actually getting everything. If you're paying for a pre-recorded, we're just going to get into it because there's no Q&A. And as well as, because you're paying half the price, you got to get half of the motherfucking tea. But of course, obviously, you pay for the recording because you feel like you've mastered the basic shit, right? You feel like, bitch, I know it. Bitch, I don't need that. That's fine. So you need the recording. For those of you who are still like, I still need help with that, then the live will definitely benefit you. But like I said, you have until Tuesday to do that. And then, like I said, I'll be waiting on the emails from those who joined. And yeah, we're going to go from there. So I'm excited about the spring equinox. I'm excited for this month. There's a lot of tea. There's some new. Hello, a new era. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. And bitch, now it's time to really, are you really a spiritualist? Are you really about that magic life? Or you just wanting it because it looks cute based off of YouTube? Huh? Are you just wanting it because it looks cute? Huh? Because bitch, you're not ready to get down for it. You're not ready to fight for it, honey. You're not ready for magic. And unfortunately, like I said, commercialized witchery is easy. Oh girl, there's a candle that'll get that right together. Bitch, please, it's more than just burning a motherfucking candle. You know, like I know. You burned a candle, girl, and what it got you? You went down there to the local botanica, honey. You said, yeah, can I get a candle called the money machine? They say, sure, we got that for you. You burnt that candle. What happened? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Exactly. Exactly, honey. So anyway, you know where to hit me up at if you need to email me, honey. Yes, honey. Yes. Let's see if anybody's up in here. If not, honey, I gotta go right now. Hey. I gotta go right now. I gotta go right now. Okay, let me see. Let me see. There we go, honey. It's a little late night, huh? It's a little late night. What's wrong with you, honey? You nigga. You know, I was sitting out the whole day the other day. I was like, nigga, fuck you, nigga. It just sounds it's so addicted to say that like that. Oh, no. Okay, let me stop. Come on, good morning, Rose. Yes, in person sounds amazing. Come on, Tracy. Yes, one-on-ones. Definitely. One-on-ones. No, there's no interference. Oh shit, hold on my phone. Put it down. And I've done work with people, even when I wasn't meeting with people in person. There was a lady from the Bay Area. I won't say her name. I almost said her name. But she drove 2 hours to come and see me. This was like 2 years ago. And she said, I don't want to do no over the phone conversation. I need to see you in person. And she comes down and I'm like, I love this. Because you get to feel their energy. You get to see their emotion. When they're talking, you could say they're really in it. Over the phone, you could feel it as well. But I like to read people from all directions. I like to read you energetic wise. I like to read your body language. I like to read with your eyes and your face still while you're talking. And just to see that with this person, and we did it not only once but twice, it was like, I want to start doing in-person stuff. And that's when we start meeting with clients in person, which I need to put that back out there again, because I kind of slowed down with doing the in-person client stuff. But yes, that's when they want to get into the in-person stuff because, of course, you can discuss everything. We can talk about some stuff that you can't put on the internet. They're very watchful about what you put out there on the net. And there's some things that I would love to talk about, but I can't because YouTube won't allow it. On top of that, I don't want to be responsible for people who are not experienced with magic to get into that type of stuff. We're talking about beyond the hoodoo. A lot of people tell you about hoodoo because they're comfortable with that magic. They won't go into the other stuff because they're not comfortable and they're not knowledgeable. So they know with hoodoo is commercialized, and that's the easy way to jip people off. They know that. Because going back into the history of hoodoo, how you had real hoodoo and you had commercialized hoodoo. Commercialized hoodoo is the jipping. It's this is the way for me to make money. Let me do it. And that's why I always say, question everything. If you've known about this type of stuff for 20 some odd years, but in the past 10 years, you done filed bankruptcy, you done had issues that these magical techniques that you're talking about on YouTube channel could have fixed, then what were your abilities at then? You got to ask those questions about that. If you grew up in this stuff, I grew up in it. Okay, if you grew up in it then why haven't your life shown that? Instead of you going to go write a check that had no money in the bank account. Why didn't your spirits tell you do a money ritual, baby, so you won't have to write a bogus check? Hello? Hello? If it was really there, spirits, I need to protect my home. I need to keep my house. You should have been doing that instead of losing that house and have to go file bankruptcy on that. If you really grew up in hoodoo, because we all know, bitch, a lot of our grandmamas and grandpapas saved their house and had their house for a very long time, being broke. They were poorer than you. Honey, they had no money and and managed to buy land in homes and still have it. Now you don't have it because of course they left it with some smart people. Okay. But it is like I said, it's what it is. So what do you think they were doing to keep their houses with only making 17 cents an hour? Think about it. So, like I said, that's what I'm paying attention to. If you knew about this and you're able to give people readings, why do you have 7 kids by 7 different men and none of these men are with you? So you could see my future, but spirits didn't intervene and show you in a dream what you should have did to not have multiple children by several different men. Can we talk about that? Or is it too personal? Does that seem like I'm attacking people? Because it really comes down to that. If you're really gifted and talented, your life will show that. You've always been gifted and talented. And one thing that I know the universe works by and how it works is that you will always get what you put into it for one, but for two, you will always be protected and guided to do the will of the Most High. And the will of the Most High is the will of the higher self. So if your life has been an example of doing shit that caused you to get locked up, to cause you to do some dumbass shit and you're paying for it heavily, you definitely was not healed. You definitely had no power with no damn higher beings. You definitely had no connection with damn powerful spirits. So what, you have to go through that gutter shit before you got the power? That don't even sound right. You cannot save everyone if you have not saved yourself. That's what I said, going into the spiritualist out there who's a male that said that nobody wants a perfect teacher, someone who's perfect to guide them. No one's perfect, but bitch, you make the same foolish decisions your whole life. You're not able to teach nothing. You're not able to guide anyone. You're not able to guide no one, honey. If you went through your troubled teens and your troubled adult years being nothing but a follower, baby, that's who you're meant to be. Because you were a leader, you would have made the right decisions in your life as far as saving yourself. But now because there's a money maker opportunity involved, motherfuckers are, I'm a teacher now. I'm guided. I'm an elder. No, the hell you're not. Because my elders, bitch, managed to stay through. My elders worked to the bone, bitch. My elders sacrificed their own lives to make sure that everybody else was taken care of. That's what my elders did. They carried people on their motherfucking backs. They didn't use and abuse people, and because they got older, say I'm an elder now. It doesn't work like that. Not in this lifetime, and not another lifetime. It does not work that way. It didn't work during your grandparents' days. It didn't work during your mother's days. It's not gonna work now. An elder does not mean because you got older. An elder is somebody who is wise, who is experienced and learned from their experiences. And not just learn from their experiences, but actually grew. With the experience in 18 years, as an adult, they didn't make the same decisions. So you cannot make childlike decisions as a child, 18, as a young adult, as a mid-aged adult, and then when you get older and say, oh shit, oh my God, what the fuck have I done in my life? I gotta change it now. And expect that people are gonna see the new you. It doesn't work that way. I was not taught that way. None of the elders I know was taught that way. And it's just how it is. So going back into that, like I said, question everything. If it does not sound right, ask those questions. Even when I get questions from people, sometimes they feel like, oh God, why did I ask that question? I feel so dumb for asking that question. Don't feel dumb, because if somebody's handling your energy, you need to know exactly what type of person you're dealing with. Because like I said, if they're fucked, you're fucked. If they got money problems, you're gonna have money problems. If they got health problems, you're gonna have health problems. Bitch, like I said, the blind cannot lead the blind. If you had the ability to keep a man or to get a man, you wouldn't have to bind a motherfucker for one. Because that motherfucker ain't going nowhere, bitch, if you're giving him what he needs. So you have to learn how the human anatomy works. Like I said, being a nurse, being a psychologist is ultimately being a powerful witch. Because you know how energy works. You know how the nervous system works. You know how the human anatomy works, because that's how we operate in this dimension, through the body, right? The way we blink speak about how we're doing in the inside. The way we urinate tells how we're doing on the inside. The way we pass gas, or the way we have a number two when we need to go, that tells you how the inside is operating. So the body is operating a certain way. Your spirit is also operating that way, because your spirit is what causes the body to move. Now we can talk about the soul as well, which is a whole nother thing, because the soul is actually dead while you're here. And the whole process of it, I talked about this to people, think of it as when you actually die, your soul awakens. And that is true ascension. Going into why I said the whole dimensional shit. You cannot access the fourth and fifth dimension. Oh, we're all going to the fourth dimension. Yeah, so that means we're all about to ascend, honey. We're all about to leave this level of consciousness, which means we have to die. That means we have to leave here. So we're not going to be here. You can't be in this dimension and be in the fourth dimension and take the third dimensional body with you into the fourth dimension. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, honey. Hello? It doesn't work that way. So going even into that, the bitches who telling y'all that, the motherfuckers telling you that, they're followers. They're followers. And I guarantee you they're trying to figure out a new way to make some motherfucking money. Let me tell them that we're going into a new dimension. Girl, bye. You ain't going there with this body, this sick, weak ass body. You're not going there with this, honey. Because in the physical form, you always give yourself limits. I'm black, I'm white, I'm fat, I'm skinny, I'm ugly, I'm tall, I'm short, I'm cute. As long as you make these titles and these labels for yourself, you are stuck in the third dimension. To get out of third dimension, you got to see past that. You got to see past that. Oh, look at her. Look at him. You got to see past that shit. Nah, I'm black, I'm white power, black power. That is a third dimensional issue. That is a third dimensional issue. That's not going to be there in the fourth dimension. That's not going to be there in the fifth dimension. As I said before, bitch, you have third dimensional issues while you're in the third dimension. When you pass on and you go on to your next area, bitch, you're not focused about what you did right here. What's going on here? You're not focused on this shit. So anyway, enough of that talking. I told my friend I want to be here for a few. When will I come to Fort Lauderdale? I don't know. Maybe over the summer, Rose. Yes, maybe over the summer. Yes, maybe over the summer I'll be in Fort Lauderdale, honey. I love Fort Lauderdale. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Yes, honey. Love it, love it, love it. Yes. So, I'm going to take my ass to bed. I'm so tired. I had a very busy day. I'm finishing up someone's ritual. I told them I'll be emailing them today. You're actually going to get an email from me tomorrow. I'm sure she's going to see this. I went over there to finish up her stuff, and that was draining. Oh my God, that was so draining. That was so fucking draining. But anyway, I was paid to do some work, and you got to complete your work. You can't just start it and leave it. So she knows she'll be getting an email from me tomorrow. And come on, Tracy. Who you doing? That's right. Come on. No, that's right. Come on, Rose. Yes. For that, of course, 2 to 3 weeks. Yes. It takes 2 to 3 weeks for your stuff to be fully there. So 2 to 3 weeks, I have a completely made for you, Rose. Ooh. Hold on, I gotta plug my charger in. Ooh. Y'all, I am sleeping in today. Ooh, honey, that energy was moving straight on through me. I gotta turn this damn fan on. Ooh. Well, yes, y'all. I hope y'all have a good night. Yes, honey. And I'll see y'all the next video. For those of you who are joining the 7-day ritual, even the spring equinox ritual, honey. Of course, I've been seeing y'all way before. I'll be seeing y'all very soon, especially the people that are joining the 7-day thing. I'm gonna do a consultation with the 7-day prayer thing that we're doing. And like I said, when you email me your stuff, I'll set up a time. And it won't take too long. A lot of people are like, I don't really like doing consultation because we gotta talk. Well, yeah, I gotta see what's going on with you. Yes. I'm not just gonna jump in on the work and say, what the fuck is this that I can girl? And that back and forth. Cause y'all used to do that back in the day. Girl going back and forth asking questions. Well, who is this and what is this and why is this like that? Okay. And the next day, hey, I was thinking, blah, 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 blah. And the next day, hey, you know what? Who is this guy right here? There's a Aries and he's doing some weird shit. And it's just like, oh girl, that's more draining to do that. Like I remember one of my first customers, I was actually on the road and we were in, oh shoot, I want to say Sequoia National Park. And oh my God, I started doing her work. I remember because we were going to the park. We were going to the national park. I want to say the next day or the day after that. I was like, let me start on her work here, and then I could finish up some tea where we're going. Honey, I think I spoke with her on a Saturday. Is when we started to work. Monday, I got an email. Monday night, I have to call her. Tuesday, I got an email. Tuesday night, I have to call her. Wednesday night, I talked to her. And then I think Thursday as well, because I remember we were going to Walmart, and the Walmart was like on this hill, and the hill was so steep that I didn't feel comfortable parking on the hill, so I actually parked further down the hill and walked my ass up there, which was that was crazy because I didn't feel comfortable parking that rental on the hill like that. I was like, ooh, yeah, I just wasn't comfortable. Um, but I haven't spoke with her then. And then I think like a month or two later, I seen her on one of these fellow YouTubers channel asking questions. I'm like, wait a minute. This is why your shit ain't working. This is why I have to keep fucking asking questions. I have to keep asking the same fucking questions because you're out here getting multiple work done. You go to one person, getting the work done, you don't like what they do. You go to the next person, get the work done, you like what they do. You go to the next person, get it. And I'm like, no wonder why this shit is coming back. And the guy that you're mentioning is the guy that you're getting work done with. And she's like, well, actually, yeah, I am getting work done with him, but he's also the person I'm doing work on. And I'm like, what the fuck? No wonder why this energy off. And then of course she explained it to me. He does this and that, blah, 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 blah. This turned to this. He came to me to borrow money. When he came to borrow money, then the son came to borrow money. Then we got caught up in this. So I'm like, that don't even sound right. But of course, when they broke it down to me, I'm like, no wonder why you were saying this, but spiritual showing me this. And I was calling you to confirm what they were saying, and you were in denial. Well, I wasn't in denial. I just no. You were in denial. So now you turned something that could have been done in 7 days. Now it got to be worked for 3 weeks. And guess what? I'm not going to work for those 3 weeks. You are. So I did it for my 7 days. Now you're going to do it for your 2 weeks. And then of course she probably didn't like that. So like literally September, October, November, literally it was like November the 12th. I think I seen her comment on someone's page November the 12th. We started doing her work, I want to say October 27th, because it was like 3 or 4 days for Halloween. So I'm like, no wonder why. So you're looking for these quick results and you're not even doing the work. You're not even oh my God, girl. Oh, that's just so frustrating to me. Oh, girl, I can't even think. I don't. You know what I'm start doing? I'm gonna ask people, what made you get into magic? When I need to write that down when I do consultations to say, what made you want to get into doing magic? What made you want to resort to this? Because I don't think people understand how the process is. And I don't know if it's a YouTube video that they watch that got them thinking that it's a whole nother way or just their own mind piecing shit together. But it's like, this is some work. Like, this is some real work, girl. This is like, girl, this work sometimes can be very equal to uh going to fight a war. Honey, very much similar to police officers, what they gotta go through. Like, this is some real serious shit. And to think that it's cute and it's simple, oh my God, girl. I just don't understand it. And I'm like, people really need to really learn about what magic really is. They need to really get into, really get into dealing with spirits and exactly what it's about. And that's why I said with this coven stuff, I want people to experience what it really is about. Because it's not just about, like I said, burning candles and all. Wow, I'm hoping for it. That's called wishful thinking. It's not just about wishful thinking. There's a difference between wishful thinking and having true, clear intention. There's a big difference. Wishful thinking is just saying, oh, I hope, oh, I wish, oh, I wish. But actually doing the work is when you see your results. Not saying it and thinking and that's it. Your actions your thoughts have to match up with the words that you speak, and the words that you speak have to match up to the actions that you're doing. Because those two are not working, if they're not connected, you're bullshitting. And this is why your shit ain't happening. So going into that, adding in energy and thinking that you're gonna get it and you're not doing it fully, girl, bye. But like I said, going into that person, ooh, honey, they stirred up some old ass energy. Oh my God. That was probably the most irritating situation. I said, nope, I will never do work with that. She's actually the person that opened the door for when other people hit me up and I felt that energy with them that I felt with her. I said, no, thank you. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't help you. And then, of course, they thought it was because, well, you probably weren't going to help me because you know that I'm a real spiritualist and I'm going to know, well, no, bitch. I know you're not real spiritual because you were, bitch. You won't be asking me to do work for you. You be saying, what can we do to get this going? You would have came to me as a collaborative, honey, not a motherfucking, I want you to do it for me. So second of all, honey, I know what type of shit you own, and I don't want to be bothered with that. Because I got my own shit I got to do. Oh, girl. I can't. Mm-mm. I can't, honey. Anyway. Yes, honey. It actually is cold outside, but it got really hot in here. Now I got my fan on. Yes, you got to lay down the framework to build on, right? And you got to make sure that the framework is leveled out, Tracy. They Most people try to just lay it down and work upon it, and it's like, where's the logic at with this, honey? Honey, excuse me. Where's the logic at with this? How's that gonna work? Oh, I want to tell y'all something. So before I go, see, everything works out. We're dealing with that Pisces new moon, honey. You know, Pisces deal with mysticism. So I go inside of a shop today, you know, because I'm on my little vegan TTT. And I asked these cute Arabic men. Oh God, I don't know. They were. I don't know what country they're from. I should have asked them, but they they were very light. Like one of them even looked like a white boy. Like he had like red hair. It was so crazy. It was so crazy. He had red hair and everything. And it was halal. It was a halal market, and which is like kosher for those who are Jewish. Is very much similar to that. It's like kosher food, fresh everything, nice, clean stuff, right? Because that's being a Muslim, that's all you can eat. But they were all so cute too. But they gave me some incense, y'all, for free. Like he was asking me, what have I ate? What have I not ate? And I told him what food I've had. And he said, well, you have to try this. This is really, really good. And come back and see me. I'm the owner. I'm like, oh, okay. And then he's like, and then I'm like, do you guys sell incense or oils? And he's like, yes, yes, I do. Let me show you. And then we were walking through like two different doors. So I guess there was three stores all connected, like the halal market, the grocery market, and then like the cigarette store. I don't know. It was so crazy. So we get inside there. I see the oil and so nice. Real authentic oil too. Oh my God. Like more like fragrance oils, like the tumber roses, the rose, the Somali roses, the lavender, like all these oils are like rose scents. And he's like, yeah, you look like you would love the oils like this. Yeah, I make my own, I sell them, whatever. And then he said, let me show her the incense. So the guy give him the incense. And then I'm like, how much are these? And he's like, oh, 199, blah, blah, blah. And then the guy was like, act like he was scanning them. And he told him, no, she's going to have them for free. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he's like, you can have them. And he said, oh, I think there's two more. Let me see. It was lavender. We're going to get this together right here, y'all. And I got my little Quran thing here too. Let me tell you the incense. He gave me Nag Champa. He gave me Kevda from a brand called Shah's Deer Brand. Never heard of them. Yeah, never heard of them at all. There's an incense company called Shah Deer Brand Incense. And the incense is Kevda, which I know is good for prosperity. They also gave me sandalwood, which smells really, really good. Rose, Tumber Rose, and this one is called Lavender by Rose Cottage Incense Sticks. Never heard of them neither. But oh my God, y'all. This smells so good. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. And he's like, no problem. Come back again. I was like, oh my God, thank you. And then, of course, I walk out. And then, of course, oh my Jesus. These fine motherfuckers start walking in. This guy had like this brown skin, like sand color skin, like that brown but light colored skin. Let me think about this skin tone. When I think of Tyra Banks, I think of that. I think of that sand color skin, but like a more gold color to her skin tone. That was his skin tone. And he had black hair and his eyes were like this bluish green color. And he comes in there and he's speaking Arabic to the guys. And I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, I could so do it, honey. I can go to Jordania and just meet me a fucking man, honey. I'll meet me a Jordanian man or a Bulgarian man, honey. Why not? Or a Lebanese man, honey. I'll take that too, honey. How you doing? Give me a call, honey. Give me a call, honey. I'll take it all, honey. Yes, honey. I'll take it all. Anyway, let me go, y'all. They are yummy. Clean food. Oh, girl, it smells so good. It smells so good. He gave me his menu actually. It smelled so good. I did get rice and some steamed vegetables. I don't know what type of season they used, but it was like a little spicy, but not spicy. But I'm like, I want to come by and get some kebab and some gyros. And it was just so nice, y'all. It was just really, really nice. Really, really nice. And I don't know. Middle Eastern people always treat me so nicely, and Indian people always. Every time I have an Indian client, I would always get gifts, perfumes, wines, chocolates. Middle Eastern, money, more money or gifts, gift cards, like Victoria's Secret gift cards. Oh my God. Ugh. Jesus, honey. I wonder if they that I wonder if they that generous to their own women. Because they definitely been that generous to this black bitch right here. How you doing? Can all the Arabic men please come to the front of the line, please? All the Arabic men, please come to the front of the line. Girl, what you think about that, girl? My husband gonna be Arabic, girl. Anyway, y'all. Yeah, I'm about to watch me some X Files. Wash my face, brush my teeth, watch me some motherfucking X Files right here. Yes, old school, honey. The first season X Files, honey. And yeah, honey. I hope that you guys have. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. There was one of them though that was a little freaky, like freaky, where I was like weird. Like I got cannibalism from this man. Like I'm not even lying. I felt some weird heebie-jeebies. Very cute. I don't know if his teeth was fake or he just got braces taken off because they were straight and they were white. And they were just like, when you first get the fake teeth, you talk like this, like, how they talk like this. So he was like, trying to correct his talk. And I'm like, oh, new teeth, huh? Anyway, so I'm like, this man looks so gorgeous. And he's like, I want your number. Let me follow you on Snap. And I gave him my Snap too. And he messaged me every single day. I want to meet up with you. I want to meet up with you. And I was like, yeah, we'll meet up. I'm a little busy though. This was actually like 6 months ago too, like not too long ago. So he was very handsome, like light skinned, um, very nice, hairy, my preference when it comes to Arabic men. I love them hairy. I don't care what they look like, but I love hair. I love hairy men. Oh my God. So, sure enough, I think he popped up out of the blue where my friend and we were like doing something. And he's like, I knew you were here. I seen your car out there. And he's like, so what's up? You going to call me or something? And I was like, yeah, maybe I'll call you tonight. And he's like, yeah, it's my birthday. And in my mind, I'm like, I remember he said his birthday was like 2 months from now. So this one eye in particular, he was trying to get me to go over there so bad. I was just like, I just feel so weird. Like I said, he was gorgeous, but there was something not right. And I always tell my friends, especially this bitch on this phone right now, I always tell her, the ones that look good, there's usually some tea off. There's some tea there. They like something. They like some strange shit. Okay. The ones that are not so good looking, and the ones that are average are the ones that you really want. But those little perfect motherfuckers, they got the perfect teeth, perfect skin, perfect, like everything is perfect, bitch. He had even long hair. It was nice, clean looking. He smelled clean. He dressed nice. But like I say, he was just a little too crazy. And he drove like a Maserati. He drove a Maserati. And I guarantee you, if anybody's in my city, they probably know this motherfucker because I think he's the only one that has Maserati over here. It's like a gray two-door car. And I'm like, honey, then a part of the city he lives in, he lives 2 cities over, but it's like in the middle of nowhere. So like literally the neighbors are like, you go down this road, there's nobody there. And then you get into this little subdivision of houses. And I'm like, bitch, please. You ain't catch me over there, bitch. And I'm transgender too. That would be the storyline. Transgender full demand. Bitch, please. Girl, bye. That would be the fucking storyline, bitch. You ain't getting me together. Niggle. Fuck that shit, niggle, niggle. Fuck that shit, niggle. You ain't getting me together, niggle, 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 niggle. Anyway. Anyway, let me go, y'all. My baby waking up. You got some water in there? You go get some water. Anubis think he is so grown. He think he is so grown. You not grown yet, baby. You still a baby. Your birthday coming up. My baby's birthday coming up, y'all. Anubis' birthday is coming up. How'd you go? How'd you gonna be on your birthday? Huh? My birthday coming up. Can y'all guess Anubis' birthday? He's a Pisces. He's a Pisces man. Yes, he is. Happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday to my baby. Woo, 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 woo. Happy birthday to my baby. Hey, oh, ooh. Mm. Yes, and it's his birthday. His birthday coming up. This is probably why he been acting crazy lately, because he knows his birthday coming up. He probably knows that. Because he been acting very crazy lately. Like overexcited and shit. Like, bitch, what you happy about? It's your birthday? Which one for your birthday? You want to go to Petco? Hmm. Hmm. He trying to lick my arms right now, honey. Yes, poor baby. Come on, Lady K. Who you doing? Yes, honey, those quiet ones, they be so freaky deaky. Come on, Tracy Brown. I love those quiet ones. So that's what I say. Give me a nerd. Give me a nerd, Arabic, Spanish mix guy who knows how to cook, who loves different cultures, and he's experienced and responsible. Bitch, I think I found my husband. And I want him to be racially ambiguous looking, right? I want him to look like he's everything. From one angle, he looked like he could be black and white. The next angle, he looks Spanish. The next angle, he looks Arabic. The next angle, he looks Polynesian. Like, I want it all, bitch. So I could be like, let's do it with you looking that way. Let me stop. I'm not picky with physical characteristics because that can change. It's your birthday. Your birthday coming up. What you gonna do for your birthday? Happy birthday, my baby. Today my baby birthday coming up. Today's not his birthday now. When your birthday? You know your birthday coming up? How old you gonna be? How old you gonna be? How old you gonna be? 6? You gonna be 6 years old? Oh, poor baby. He's gonna be sick. He's gonna be sick. Mm-hmm. He ready for a girlfriend. He ready for some babies too. Yeah, you are. You gonna make me some babies, son. You gonna make me some babies. I want some babies so I can keep them. I'm gonna keep them from you. I'm gonna hide them. I'm gonna kidnap your babies and lock them up in their closet. You're not gonna see them. I'm gonna kidnap your babies. I'm gonna say because I can, nigga. These are my babies. Your babies, my babies. I'm gonna take your babies. I'm gonna hide them from you. You gonna look for them? You gonna look for those babies? Ain't gonna be nowhere to be found. Anyway. Come on, Tracy. Tracy, listen, I'm new, Tracy. Tracy, this is why the camera's not on, Tracy. I'm completely nude. Maybe I could put a little sarong on right now and open up the camera really quickly. You can see Anubis. I'm completely nude now. That's why the camera ain't on. You know, I like being nude. I hate putting on clothes. And unfortunately, YouTube is not an adult-friendly source. Maybe eventually they'll let us be in the nude and you put your channel to 18 and over. It's only 18 and over conceived, and they'll let me be nude. They'll let me show off everything. My baby birthday coming up. His birthday coming up. Hey, Pecco might give you something for free because your birthday coming up. Yes, honey. He's gonna be 6 years old, y'all. He's an old man. You old, huh? Yes, you getting old. Mm-hmm. Ready to go run free in the field, huh? Yeah. Go hike at the mountains and the parks and go play in the waters. Yeah. And go chase the ducks down. You ready for all that? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, I got my boo boo. Oh, love my baby. Oh, yeah, I love him. Anyway, you guys, let me take my ass to bed. Thank you all for coming. Check out the blog spot, y'all. And I hope to see y'all at that spring equinox event. Yes, the spring equinox event will be virtual. Yes, it will be. If you want to come out to California to see me, you definitely can. Yes, hello. You definitely can. Hello. But it's going to be virtually. And of course, like I said, for those who are joining, you will know exactly where it's going to be at. We're not going to put that stuff publicly. No, we're not. We're not going to put it publicly. So, yeah, until the next time, you guys, 28 Spirit 8 Mystic 8.blogspot.com. The link is in the description box. And 28 Spirit 8 Mystic 8 at gmail.com with questions about products and services. And or where to sing information at your pictures and all the good stuff. I'm excited. Oh my God, y'all. There's so much that I'm doing I can't even speak about. But this is why I'm making my visit that I'm making this up and coming month, this month, yes. And those who are joining the Kappa Omega Nu, you're going to know exactly what is going on, and you're gonna see exactly what's going on because we're gonna share some pictures over the next few months about what's going on. But everyone else, you just have to keep on looking, but you ain't gonna see it. No man. Anyway, you guys, thank you all for stopping by. Love and light, honey, and I appreciate you, honey. Bye for now.